Alrighty, we are back in the battles, guys. What I did a really poor job of is realizing that some of my viewers may not, be fully up to speed on their battle terminology and their knowledge, right? Not that I am either. I'm very new to this as well. But I do come into this, watching many hours of Wolfie, VGC, and WBE battles, and watching, a couple tournaments and this, that, and the other, and listening to commentators and the whole 9 yards. So I come into this, as a practical noob, but as a person with some knowledge going into it, right? And pardon my hair. My hair is kind of nuts today, but it's kind of my shtick on my channel. I guess is that crazy hair. But we're gonna let it rock. There's not much I can do about it anyway. But going into this casual battles because some Pokemon I can't bring in. One thing that I realized I didn't do maybe the best job of is explaining the team that I built and why I put so much time and effort into it, and what the general strategy is, I guess. So the idea is going into each battle, right? And I think I'm gonna try to take that back and try that again right now. So let's see if I can do that. We're gonna take the same team that we used the last time I was on stream about a week ago, with some very minor tweaks. It's still the same Pokemon though. I just may have played with a couple moves here and there. But so yeah, so this is my team. It's composed of a Venusaur, Gastrodon, Raichu, Charizard, Dusclops, and Torkoal, right? So those in the know would tell you that this is a Sun team. And what do I mean by a Sun team, right? In Pokemon, you're able to change the weather of the battlefield. And changing the weather of the battlefield affects many things of the mechanics, right? If it's raining, water-type moves are now stronger. That makes sense, right? When it's sunny out, that makes fire moves stronger, right? So, there's a lot of, play that occurs when you change the weather. And Torkoal at the bottom, automatically, he doesn't even have to use a move to do this. Most Pokemon would have to use a move like Sunny Day, or use a move that has an added effect of changing the weather. Torkoal, when he comes into battle, the sun comes out instantly, right? So Torkoal is a great support Pokemon for a Pokemon like a Charizard that's also a fire type that can now feed off of that Sunny Day to make his fire attacks even stronger. And what's more is when the sun is out, water type moves are now weaker. So now Charizard has more bulk against water type attacks than he would have if the sun was not up, right? The same thing happens with the rain. If it's raining, fire type attacks are now much weaker. So the rest of this team kind of either A, builds off of the momentum that Sun provides, or B, counters what might take away our strength, right? So need Pokemon for my battles, right? So, what do? I do teams, right? Or we do teams. We do teams of 2. So 2 Pokemon are out at the same time. So if I lead with Torkoal and Charizard, which I'm doing about 90% of the time, right? Torkoal sets the sun, and now Charizard is able to boost his attacks right off the bat, right? So with that being my lead, what is a good idea for me to have in the back as support for that? One very common support mon is Gastrodon, the second Pokemon, Gastrodon. Now Gastrodon has the ability called Storm Drain, right? Now, one way of changing the weather back to rain when it's sunny is if you Gigantamax or Dynamax, right? It's a new mechanic in this game where your Pokemon gets bigger, and it has twice the health, and it has usually more powerful attacks. When you Dynamax and use a water attack, not only does that water attack do water damage, but it makes the weather rainy by itself. It's an added effect of that attack. So not only does it attack, but now we are no longer sunny, we're now rainy, which is very good for water types. So even though that water type attack going into Charizard initially is not that scary, having the weather be turned into rain, that really hurts me a lot. So one way I block that is by switching out the Torkoal and putting in the Gastrodon, right? The Gastrodon. Gastrodon has Storm Drain, which automatically redirects any water attack coming towards me towards the Gastrodon. So it doesn't hit the Charizard, it hits the Gastrodon. It does 0 damage, because my Gastrodon absorbs it, right? And his attack goes up as a result, his special attack, right? His attack power of the special moves goes up. So his ability is devastating against Pokemon who are trying to use water type attacks on me. So not only does the Gastrodon get powered up by a water-type attack coming from my opponent, it stops the damage entirely, and what's probably most important, the rain never comes up. That blocking of that attack or absorbing of it makes it so the rain never happens. So the sun is still up and Charizard can still rain fire down on whatever he wants, right? So Gastrodon and Torkoal are definitely very slow Pokemon. Charizard is pretty fast. He's not super fast, but he's pretty fast. But Torkoal and Gastrodon are really, really slow Pokemon, right? So what is a Fire Sun strategy off the bat can really quickly turn into a Trick Room strategy if I bring Dusclops as my last Pokemon, right? Because Charizard, his main idea, all I'm trying to do with him is get out there, blast some huge attacks, and die, and just do that, right? Charizard, he is in there, he hits hard, he does his job, right? Especially if I get a G-Max Wildfire off. So with these, Gigantamax, I use a G-Max Wildfire. Not only is that super strong in the sun, but it also does passive damage. It does extra damage to any Pokemon on my opponent's side of the field that's not fire, right? So it lays down a Wildfire on their side, and it hurts their Pokemon each turn, even if I don't directly attack them. So G-Max Wildfire in the sun is a hyper-offensive, very strong, powerful way to start off the battle in that sun environment, right? But Charizard is gone, and now I have Torkoal, who's incredibly slow, Gastrodon, who is very slow, maybe not as slow, but very slow, and Dusclops, who is incredibly slow. So I launch what is called a Trick Room with Dusclops that makes it so now the speed dynamics are flipped. Slow Pokemon are now fast. You go so slow, you're fast, right? The Trick Room makes it so that the slower Pokemon goes first as opposed to the faster Pokemon, right? So not only am I hitting with a hyper-offensive fast blitz attack at the beginning, I completely flip it on my opponent and make it so that slow Pokemon are now going fast, right? And Torkoal, especially at full health, because he has moves that are stronger when he has higher HP, is now a beast. And he's probably really strong because I switched him out early, right? Gastrodon is now in a position where he's relatively speedy in that slow environment. And Dusclops, I can use Will-O-Wisp to burn my opponents. I can use Nightshade for small chip damage, or not really chip damage, but sizable damage. I can use Haze in case they did some stat boosting on their side, and I want to bring their stats away. Like, Dusclops, on a one-on-one battle in most Pokemon, and Trick Room is going to win. So put that together, we have a really, really interesting mechanic of, going fast at first, but then really slowing things up and, taking huge advantage of that in the end. So we also have a Raichu and we have a Venusaur, right? And that's another way that we can go about this, right? Another lead that I sometimes do is Charizard and Raichu, right? Raichu, so Gastrodon, his ability absorbs water attacks. Raichu, his ability absorbs electric attacks. He has a lightning rod, right? So any electric attack that goes towards Charizard goes right to the Raichu. So that's good off the bat. That's very valuable, right? Raichu also carries Fake Out, which makes it so my opponent can't attack on the first turn. So I hit him with Fake Out, he flinches, and unusable for the first turn. And he's a fast Pokemon, so he'll probably get that that Fake Out off quickly. I have Nuzzle to paralyze my opponent to make them much slower than my Pokemon. And I also have a Helping Hand, and if all else fails, I can use Helping Hand on my Charizard to make his attack even stronger. Now, this is in the absence of sun, right? So there is no sun out right now, but a Helping Hand, Wildfire is still pretty freaking strong, right? And then the last move is a Brick Break for coverage. Brick Break is a fighting move for coverage against things that Raichu is not typically strong against. But Brick Break is a move I rarely use. Raichu is more of a support Pokemon. And he does a very good job of doing that. Torkoal is also in there. Now, there's not much in the way of speed control for Torkoal. Torkoal is there mostly for Sun, and I hope, fingers crossed, I can get an Eruption off, which is a move that is very, very, very strong when he has full HP. And he sets his own Sun up, so an Eruption in the Sun is one of the most devastating moves in the game. And then you have Venusaur, who you're like, well, you have Fire and you're in the Sun. Why is Venusaur a good idea? Well, his ability is Chlorophyll. Chlorophyll makes Venusaur's speed go up by twice in the sun, so he's now a super speedy guy in the sun. And he's also a Pokemon that I could Dynamax as opposed to the Charizard if I wanted to. And he ends up being a really good late game sweeper because A, he's really fast, B, he has sleep moves. He has sleep powder, which chances are is going to hit. A fast sleep powder setter is really strong, and sleep is a very, very strong mechanic in any duel, in any doubles battle. And energy ball and sludge bomb hit like a truck, and then I have earth power as my last attack for coverage. I'm thinking about other moves for Venusaur. I'm thinking about maybe doing Frenzy Plant in that slot for a stronger overgrowth if I want to go in that direction. But that's basically the strat. So like either go with like the fast, hard hitting strat with the Charizard, Raichu, Torkoal, and Venusaur, or I can go with the more like what I consider pretty strong Blitz and then Trick Room strat of the Torkoal, Charizard, Dusclops, and Gastrodon. Teams that this team suffers against, and I'm starting to learn this really fast. Dracozolt is a problem for sure. I have Raichu for Volt Beak support, but Dracozolt doesn't necessarily come out first. And if I send out Raichu first and Dracozolt doesn't come out, then that's kind of a problem. Because that's a wasted it's gonna be a wasted turn when I switch out Raichu, probably in that situation. Another Pokemon that this team really, really suffers against is well, it's actually kind of another group, right? You have the self-inflicting harm Pokemon, right? The Pokemon that are very strong where my opponent actually attacks himself to boost that Pokemon, right? With a weakness policy, right? So if you get hit with a super effective move, weakness policy goes up and boom, now your attacks are very, very high, That's what that held item does. So for instance, like a Surfing, Sneasel, or Weavile into Colossal, that has proved to be a problem for this team. Unfortunately, Weavile is faster than Raichu, so if Weavile is carrying a Fake Out and targets down by Raichu, that Fake Out strat is not going to work, and now that Weavile can single hit into the Colossal on the next turn if need be. The only real counter that I've seen to that, and I have to hard read it, right? Because I don't really want to read Raichu Gastrodon almost ever, but if I am able to stop the weakness policy from being popped on the Colossal, and I G-max my Gastrodon, Gastrodon will take a max overgrowth from a Colossal without weakness policy. It'll take it once. It'll do a lot of damage, but it'll take it once. But in return, I could do G-max Geyser or G-max or Max Quake, and that usually kills the Colossal right there. So it ends up being a trade of Gigantamaxes or Dynamax, or not Gigantamaxes, of Dynamaxes, but it's one that I take first, so that's okay, and I get to see what he sends out first as a result. So it keeps the momentum on my side. So that is one way that I do beat it, but it's hard for me to beat it because they could they could see me doing that and then easily stop me from doing that. Justified Cobalion, again, a Pokemon using Beat Up and then powering up the attack of Cobalion has really proven to be a really hard Pokemon for me to deal with. I'm starting to think that maybe instead of Raichu, I should use Amoonguss, because Amoonguss is good at redirection. And then being able to attack down with Charizard and take out, a Colossal in that situation, or not Colossal, a Cobalion in that situation. Same thing with Terrakion. Terrakion is also a very hard one, especially because if I'm leading Charizard and Torkoal, I'm screwed. Because Rock Slide does so much damage. So again, I have to do a situation where I have Raichu, try to stop him before it gets his momentum going, and then maybe try to sweep a Venusaur at the end. But that's the skinny of the team. I know I have Black Sludge on Venusaur. I might switch that out for something better. It's just the first thing that came to mind. Shardy Berry is also a very big possibility on the Charizard instead of the Life Orb, but I like doing as much damage as possible, and I don't mind him getting KO'd a turn or two, and as long as the Wildfire is out. Assault Vest on the Torkoal is a must, in my opinion. I love it. It takes away my ability to use Protect, but it's I would like Assault Vest on Venusaur is not a bad idea either, but then again I lose sleep, so maybe I don't want to do that, right? I know I'm talking really fast right now, but one place that I do have like some concern and some thought is because Gastrodon is really like my biggest counter to Colossal, which is a very common Pokemon. Rindo Berry, which reduces grass type attacks, Rindo Berry becomes a bigger possibility. I'm not sure if Max Geyser still kills in one shot on Colossal. If it does, I might consider taking off the Expert Belt and putting on Rindo Berry to take that grass type attack. But those are thoughts that we can discuss and think about as we go on. But for right now, I think we've done enough talking. I think we should get back and get into battles, see what happens. Let me pop in my headphones. So again, Pokemon that we're worried about, Dracozolt, Cobalion, those are like my hard counters. Let's see what we can do. We're gonna do anywhere between 3 and 5 battles, depending on how we do. I know that like off the bat, we started off to a really strong start, but I think the system is now matching us up with stronger trainers. So our win percentage is still pretty good, but now we're starting to lose more often because I'm clearly playing against a lot of people who know what they're doing. And anybody who knows what they're doing is going to have more experience probably. But with that said, I love this team a lot. And it still holds its own most of the time. So another thing that started happening recently is that it's been taking me forever to find trainers. Sometimes it takes 2, even 3 attempts at searching, but we always do. Hopefully we find somebody that's a solid competitor. I appreciate the props. Any minute now. And I gotta try again. Oh, I do that all the time. There we go. The team to the right is the sand team that was kind of starting to build up, but I'll do that another time. Maybe next week I'll do the sand team, but for now I want to focus on this team. Thankfully, most of this team is still legal in Series 5. I've considered replacing again Raichu with Amoonguss. I've considered replacing Venusaur with Lilligant and Torkoal with Ninetales. And I think that's still a pretty solid team that would be legal in for ranked battles. So I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up being one of my first teams that I go into actual ranked battles with. My issue is that I don't have access to Ninetales because I can't get Ninetales in this game. So I need to use assistance in obtaining a drought Ninetales, which would be awesome. And Lilligant is another Pokemon that I'm not sure if I'm able to get on this part of the map because I need to get Isle of Armor, which hilariously enough I never bought. And yeah, we are taking a long time in finding an opponent. I guess no one's playing today. Eventually we're gonna find someone. It rarely takes more than 3. I mean, it rarely takes more than 2, but it really, I don't think I've ever seen it take more than 3 attempts. So eventually, we will get our trainer. We'll get our battle off. That's 2 in a row. Now, I would bet you that on this one we will find somebody. I mean, it is 3 p.m. It's not like high time. It's 3 p.m. on a Monday. It's not the highest of times for people playing, but that would kind of really stink that we spent all that time explaining my team and then we're not able to use it. It takes forever sometimes. But yeah, I mean, again, the vast majority of the time we're going to be leading up with Charizard Torkoal. If we see Terrakion, Torkoal Venusaur becomes the lead option. Cobalion, you know, Torkoal Venusaur again is not the worst idea in the world. Yeah. Yep, told you. Finally, we have our first battle against Ajax. Alright, Ajax. Dracozolt. Dracozolt, that is what I'm seeing right there, Dracozolt. So, Inteleon. So Inteleon is interesting because, yes, Inteleon uses water-type attacks, but Inteleon's, you know, sniper attacks, if you will, they're not affected by redirection, so they, Gastrodon is actually not useful in that situation. So I think, so Urshifu. Trick. Yeah, Trick, I always gotta watch it for Trick, sorry, Sableye too. I think the core strat is not a bad idea. Well, actually, it might be, Is Torkoal, is Raichu, Venusaur the, is Raichu Charizard the lead? I think that's a good start. And then we Torkoal Venusaur? That's what we're gonna do. So we have something to fight off Electric Beaks. Let's see how this goes. My card is lame, I know. I guess what my favorite color is, that's not me. Dracozolt and Sableye, okay. Alright. Maybe protecting and nuzzling. Protect Nuzzle. Does Nuzzle work on the electric types? This is a funny question, because I don't remember. Look at something. Hopefully I don't run out of time doing this. 16, 15. Alright. We're gonna learn something really fast. That's fine. Electricity, okay. Alright, so if you use an electric attack, he messed up. We'll see what happens. Fingers crossed that Nuzzle works. I actually don't know. I'm gonna learn something really fast. Nuzzle doesn't work. Okay, I just learned something. That's a big problem. That's a big problem, what I just did right there. We messed that up. Okay, that's a problem. Alright, so now I have to do this. So paralysis is not, I mean, I thought that was probably the case, but I actually wasn't sure. So now we learned, now we're never going to do that again. That's good, you know, that's what these battles are for, is learning things like that. That was not the case in my generations for sure, but I had a feeling that may have been the case, so. Yeah, it stinks because now they got the max airstream off, they're going to be faster and everything. Hopefully Charizard takes this hit. He needs to. Not I'm completely screwed. I might have lost doing this, but we'll see. He needs to take these hits badly. Overdrive? Yep, Lightning Rod. Yeah, Overdrive is still going to hit me though. Ow! That's bad. I lost. I messed up. It's because I messed up that turn. If I didn't, yeah. I messed up. Yeah, I messed up. I messed up. Yeah, I haven't even done anything. It's, yeah. We're gonna lose this one, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Boy, that was bad. That was so bad. Yeah. I don't have what it takes. Yeah. Yeah, I know I lose. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, there's no way I win this one, so we're gonna count out, yeah. 0-1, not a best start, but I learned something. It was all because I messed up that, I completely messed up doing that, See, I said Dracozolt really kills us. Dracozolt absolutely destroys us. So yeah, we learned that, paralysis does not work on electric types anymore. Let's try that again. Let's try that again. 0-1. Not a good start. Hey, we found a trainer fast this time. Alright. Put that behind us. We learned something from it. Oh, okay, so this is what we're looking for. We're looking for... This is a full-blown Series 5 team. So this is a fully even matchup. Togekiss. Yeah, Togekiss is good. These are all good. But I don't really see anything that's stopping me from doing my main lead. Honestly, I think the main strat of Charizard, Torkoal, Dusclops, and Gastrodon wins. I think that this wins. This is exactly the kind of team that I would want to test this specific war on, so let's see if it works. What I should have known was what I initially thought for the last game. If I led Torkoal and Venusaur as opposed to Torkoal and Charizard, then Venusaur would have outsped the Dracozolt and I could have put it to sleep. That would have been the play. That was the right play. That would have been the right play. But I did not do that. So we learned something. We wanted to try out the Raichu and see what it looks like. So. Yeah. We learned a lot. We learned that you can't paralyze electric types. That is something that I wasn't sure of, so we tested it out, and that's why we're doing casually. Let's see how this goes. I have a lot more confidence. It's kind of funny because this team is actually a lot better than the last one we faced, but Dracozolt just destroys us. So I wouldn't be surprised if Togekiss comes out. Yep, Togekiss. This is a very, very common Series 5 lead. You're going to see a lot of, you know, redirection coming out of Togekiss, which is fine. It might also do a yawn, but the damage is going to be done already. I'm going to target it down. I'm going to use, yeah, let's just lead off Eruption and lead off with G-Max Wildfire into the Togekiss. And that should do a lot of damage. That should do a lot of damage, if not outright kill it. Let's see what happens. Incineroar doesn't scare me too much, because I'm gonna do what I need to do anyway. Like even if it like parting shots me or whatever, like I'm already doing what I need to do. And it's gonna carry what, like Flare Blitz. It carries it can carry Fake Out, but it's not gonna, you know, it's not gonna bother me what I'm doing. Like it's can't Fake Out a Charizard. And as long as I get this Wildfire off, which I'm gonna. There's no way to stop it. Like this Wildfire has been doing a lot of damage to me right now. Let's go Charizard. Protect, it's not gonna matter. It's gonna do a lot of damage regardless. I don't think it's gonna kill, but it's gonna do a lot of damage. Almost half damage. We needed more than that, but it still did a lot. And it got the fire off, so it's going to do half damage, I think. Parting shot, yeah, we called that. We had a feeling that was going to happen. That's totally fine. Yes, Charizard is a little bit weaker, but we're still going to be doing some massive damage. Alright. So we know what's going to happen, right? So what's going to happen is I'm pretty sure that Rotom Wash is going to Dynamax, and that's some really good damage coming off of Torkoal. Well done, Torkoal. I'm pretty sure that that Rotom Wash is going to Dynamax and do a Max Geyser into Charizard. But it's not going to matter because we're going to throw in Gastrodon. So Gastrodon is going to come in. And we're going to hard read a Max Geyser coming out of the, or even a Hydro Pump, but probably a Max Geyser coming out of the Rotom Wash. And we're just going to G-Max Fire again into the Togekiss because this can't protect this time. And if we played this right, nothing is going to happen to us. We're going to outright kill the Togekiss and power up the Gastrodon. So let's see if we got the tree right. So far so good. I'm liking what I'm seeing. If it's Rotom Wash, we called it right. Rotom Wash, okay. Is it Max Geyser like we called it? Is this what we thought was going to happen? Follow me, that's fine. I was going to attack you anyway. G-Max Wildfire. It's going to take out the Togekiss, that's gone. And here comes the Max Geyser question mark. Max Geyser, we called it. See? I love the synergy of this team for what you just saw right there. That redirect, he's going to lose because of that. This is going to be GG most likely because of that. Charizard has done his part. More than his part. And now we have a strong Gastrodon on the field, and he's in a lot of trouble now. Aegislash, okay. If we protect with Gastrodon, because I want to see if he has max overgrowth, and then we Wildfire the Aegislash. See how this goes. Because we still have speed. I think we're the fastest thing on the field still. I didn't know it was a max Airstream, but I think I still think that we're the strongest thing on the field. So, or the fastest thing on the field, which is a big deal. Gastrodon protects. We'll see if there's a max overgrowth. Wildfire, this might actually kill. Oh, so close, but the Wildfire is going to take it out after this turn. Focus Sash, that's fine. It's going to die after this turn no matter what. Max Lightning, okay. If Charizard dies, that's fine. He did his part. He doesn't die. But a Charizard that makes it out all 3 turns of his Gigantamax is a Charizard that is, you know, on borrowed time. Protect with the hit. Solar Power. No, he's gonna go down. It's fine. That's actually fine because we wanted to switch in Dusclops anyway. And he's gonna go down to Wildfire. Yep. Aegislash goes down. And Dusclops comes in. And now we're going to Trick Room mode. Intimidate doesn't mean anything to me because we have special attacks, not physical. Safety goggles. It's good to know. So we're going to use Earth Power to avoid the chance of it missing into the Incineroar. And that will do a lot of damage. And then we're going to use Trick Room, obviously. Alright, and hopefully we survive all this. I think the sun is still up. Fake out. That's fine, you faked out the wrong Pokemon. And you're gonna survive this, unless it crits. Even if it did crit, it was fine. And then Trick Room comes up, and now you're in a lot of trouble. Now we're fast. We're so slow that we're fast. Alright. We are so slow that we are fast. Alright, let's see if we can't finish this off very soon. We're going to use Earth Power again into the Incineroar. And to double tap, we're going to use Nightshade as well into the Incineroar. And with those two, it's probably going to go down. Probably going to die, I'm pretty sure. Not entirely sure, but I would not be surprised if it did. And Incineroar is down, and that's only one opponent. So one opponent left. It's 3-on-1. Hydro Pump. Storm Drain. Did you forget what happens with that? Yeah, I think he gave up. I don't know why he didn't like just quit, but I think he's. I think that's a sign of someone who's given up. So. Earth Power and Nightshade, and that's going to finish it. And that was a very, very, very good game. And that's exactly the kind of synergy that we're talking about with this. That is the strat. That's the main team. The first team that we used, that is not the main team. That was me panicking to Draco's ult and completely losing because of it. That second match, that is what this team is all about. And that is a good example of what it could have done in Series 5, like last series. But hey, let's keep this going, right? Thank you. See if we can't keep this momentum going. And those were all like, top 5 usage Pokemon, besides the Aegislash. Aegislash is not a huge Pokemon, but Togekiss was like number 2, Incineroar was probably number 3, and Rotom Wash. Rotom Wash actually wasn't top 10, but Rotom Wash was like, it was a very common Pokemon to see on the teams. So we took Pokemon that were fringe top 10 at best, and we beat, the top 5, or some of the top 5. So that's a good match, very good match. Excuse me. Will we get another opponent? We're probably not going to find one on this go around, but we'll try again. We'll try again. Oh, we found one. Parky. Mr. Park. Kitar. Okay, so Titar and Rillaboom are really strong. And so is, wow, we have very, very strong opponents here. Interesting that I don't see anything that matches up with Titar. Titar usually runs something that supports him, or that is supported by his Sandstream. So that makes Charizard a bit of a gambit to use off the bat, because he has Dracovish and Titar. That's kind of a scary thing to go against. Let me think about this for a second. Do I want to go into Trick Room off the bat? Going into Trick Room off the bat might not be a bad play. It really might not be. How about we not use Charizard at all, actually? Torkoal, Venusaur. It comes down to if I hit Sleep Powder or not. If I hit Sleep Powder on the Cinderace, we win. If we don't, we're in a lot of trouble. It's a gambit. It's a risk. It's a risk. It's a big risk for sure. But let's see if we can't win with this team. Alright. We're not going to use Charizard. It's very rare that we don't use Charizard. But we'll see what happens. 369. I know the song is playing in your head right now. Alright, Dracovish and Cinderace, okay. A bit of a scary lead for us. We kind of saw that coming though. We did kind of see it coming. We're gonna turn the sun up. Fingers, massive cross that we hit the, especially with the sun up, right? Fingers massive cross that we hit the the Cinderace with the Sleep Powder. Like, we really kind of have to. Unless we risk it all. Do we risk it all and like go for Earth Power off the bat and see if it kills? Do I have... Am I ballsy enough to do that? No, I'm not. We're gonna Sleep Powder the Cinderace and hope that it hits. We need this to hit, guys. We need this to hit so badly. Fingers crossed. Sleep Powder comes out and it hits. It hits. Cinderace goes to sleep. That's big. That's very, very, very big. And then Dracovish. Vicious ran into the Storm Drain. Yep, we called it. Another one. Another Storm Drain boost. We hit it again. We hit it again. And I wonder if he's sashed. Because if he's sashed, he's absolutely screwed. Earth Power into him. And then fight. We're gonna Gigantamax, Overgrowth. Let's check our moves for a second. Special attack and Max Ooze into Dracovish. Oh, you cancel. You put off the bat. So yeah, that's a win. It was a 75% chance that we're gonna hit that, and we hit it, so we won. Yeah. Yeah, it was just, we have a very, very hard counter, because he was probably sashed. He was probably locking the Vicious Trend, which Gastrodon obviously takes. And unless Cinderace like woke up and just completely wrecked house, like that was the only way he was gonna win, which chances are was not gonna happen. So got it. Kind of unfortunately a little bit of a disappointing way to end it, but like it's still a win. We would have won eventually. Yeah, Gardevoir again with your attacks. You had a team that was very strong in its physical attack. So Gardevoir being something that never was strong at defending against attacks, yeah, and it's not very speedy either. So yeah, sorry, yeah, we're talking a little bit of X and Y nuzlocking, but all right, so now we're 2 and 3. We're going to do a couple more, and then we'll probably sign off for the day. We've been on stream for a couple hours at this point. We'll do 2 more battles, see how we do out of 5. Alright, Dusclops, Dragapult, Melodic, Ferrothorn, Arcanine, Mimikyu. Alright, interesting team. I think the base team works pretty well on this team. I see that he has Dusclops, but besides Ferrothorn, I don't see that much that works well in Trick Room for him. So I'm not really terrified of that. Gastrodon again for the Melodic, and Dusclops. See how this goes. See how this goes. Arcanine Melodic. Okay. Kind of an interesting lead. Very interesting lead. The Snarl is gonna do its damage. Yeah, we're gonna switch in Gastrodon off the bat, like usual. It might coil. It might coil, because yeah, so Milotic kind of scares me in this situation because it might coil, and it might coil and use like Hypnosis. That's been a strat that's kind of actually done really well against me. Arcanine is going to Snarl, which is going to hurt our special attack, but this first one at least is still going to hurt a lot. Hopefully he G-Maxes and uses like Max Geyser as Milotic. That's what we're kind of hoping for, but it might not, it's not as common of a move. But we're going to lay down Fire, which is the big first step. Wild Charge, we take it. Did not know that Arcanine was faster than Charizard. Ooh, big damage. That's actually going to kill in the first turn because of Wildfire. Muddy Water. Okay, we'll take it. We're going to take the boost. And Charizard goes down, but that's fine. The damage is already done. Charizard takes it. Okay. That's okay. Oh, my Milotic doesn't go down yet. Charizard barely holds on. Well, no, yeah, Milotic does, obviously. Yeah, Wildfire, yeah. That was Life Orb. I'm like, that was a very, very little damage. That was the Life Orb going down, not the Wildfire. But yeah, Milotic goes down, that's big. And now we have Charizard as a decoy. Mimikyu. Alright, Mimikyu. Alright, so maybe I could double protect on this turn. Have Wildfire do its damage on Mimikyu. No, it's not going to hit Arcanine, though. Alright, we're going to do Earth Power, because it's powered up by Storm Drain. And then we're going to max Wildfire the Mimikyu. It's not going to do anything. Charizard's probably going to die right here. But we're going to do a lot of damage on Arcanine. Yep, that's fine. That's fine. Like, I could have protected, but I'm going to go down to Solar Power anyway. So if Charizard was going to die no matter what. That's not a huge problem. And Mimikyu, I don't know. Oh, he has Wood Hammer. I should have known that. I should have known that. I messed up. He has Wood Hammer. I should have protected. I should have protected. Wood Hammer. I did know that. Damn it. I knew that. How did I let that happen? I knew that. Wood Hammer. Yep. I should have either A, protected or B, switched in Torkoal. Okay, we learned. That's something to know. Okay, Wood Hammer. That's a known thing. Choice Band and Lumberry. We're going to use Trick Room. And this is going to be a hard battle. This is a hard battle the rest of the way. Because it's not going to, yeah, Sunny Day is not going to last forever. We're going to do Heat Wave to be safe. I hope that it hits the Mimikyu. If it misses the Mimikyu, then this game is over no matter what. Is he going to G-Max the Arcanine? Because if he does, that's trouble too. Yeah. Yeah, I made a bad move. Shadow Snake. That's okay. Max Knuckle into the Torkoal. Which is why we used, that's exactly why we used Heat Wave as opposed to Eruption. Alright. Heat Wave, Arcanine misses, okay. As long as it hits Mimikyu, that's good. As long as it hits Mimikyu, that's the biggest thing. Alright. It's not over yet. It's definitely not over yet. He's in a Shadow Snake. Hearthstone is out for 2 more turns. Single hit Heat Wave. Mimikyu is gonna die first. Oh, he didn't Shadow Snake. That was a bad move on his part. Alright, single hit Heat Wave. This should still do some damage. Decent damage, not as much as I would want. Max Knuckle isn't gonna do too much damage. Alright. Let's see what he has in the back. This is what this is the nerve-wracking part. What does he have in the back? Ferrothorn. Okay, Ferrothorn is in trouble right now. Alright, Nightshade into the Arcanine, and then we're gonna do another Heat Wave. We might win this. We might still win this. Double hit the Heat Wave. Ferrothorn goes down. That was a big hit. There we go. There we go. Yes. Double hit. We needed that double hit so badly. Torkoal's in his third. Oh, he's going to die to it. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, his attack keeps going up, yeah. Alright, so this is the tricky part. Does Dusclops take a... Does he take a Wild Charge? And we have 2 more turns of Trick Room? Trick Room, you can tell me, we have 2 more turns of Trick Room? Okay. And then we're gonna hit Nightshade. And it comes down to if we take a Wild Charge or not, or Flare Blitz maybe? Do we take Flare Blitz? Or does this kill outright? It killed outright, we got it. That was close, oh my god, that was close. I'm not sure if we would have survived the Flare Blitz, if it had Flare Blitz, which it probably does. Oh man, that was close. Wow, that's about as close as it gets. But we won it, we pulled it off, you know, never give up, you know? Except in that first game when we knew we lost. That was so good, wow. Alright, one more battle, and we'll call it a stream. Very, very, very good. We're rolling right now. Yeah, that was close. Yeah, it's a surprise that, I mean, not that it matters, but I'm surprised that the Mimikyu in the middle there didn't Shadow Sneak. But then again, I could have played a lot better too. I should have remembered that Mimikyu is Woodhammer and switched from Torkoal at that point. And I would have had Gastrodon, you know, just straight up take on like Arcanine. Right, Gastrodon, that Arcanine specifically too, like it walls it completely. So if I had Arcanine, you know, or if I had Gastrodon in the back, it would have been. It wouldn't have been as close, but we still pulled it off. And it just goes to show that Charizard doesn't need to stay out very long to do his damage. Like, as long as I got that one Wildfire off, he did his job. He did his job, and he did a good job of that stuff. Yeah, that was an interesting Arcanine. That's not the archetype you typically see. Typically, you see like the Snarl support, but that was straight up just like hardcore offense. That was good. That was a very interesting. Variant of the Arcanine, and I gotta keep it going because I was kind of caught off guard by it. Alright. One more battle, no matter what, we take 3 out of 5. This is just gravy points at this point, so we can take 4 out of 5. And I'll try it again. Yeah, Lumberry just blasting Charizard or blasting Arcanine. Elizer. Alright. Interesting team. Okay, we have a rain team for sure. We have a team that is really focused on water. So Charizard, Torkoal becomes our lead. Gastrodon, and I think Dusclops again. I think that, you know, Pikachu is there for Lightning Rod support, and then everything else is just water. And if I do Trick Room instead, I think we just take it out. I see nothing that uses leaf attacks. I wonder if I should use Raichu first. Alright, because alright, here's the thing. If I wasn't up already, I wouldn't do this. But because we're up, we're gonna do this. Right? Do I want to do this? No, I don't want to do this. Let's stick with the tried and true. Because we're trying to showcase this team off more than anything. Alright. Interesting team, we'll see if it works. If he leads Lapras and I can get a Wildfire off into the Lapras with Undersun, that'd be really good. That'd be really good. But we'll see if we get lucky. Because you gotta imagine that Pelipper is in the back somewhere. Goodra and Toxicroak. Okay. Not the lead that I was anticipating, but a lead that I will definitely happily fight. Like, happily fight. Let's lay down some fire. And then we can... I wouldn't be surprised if one of these guys switches out off the bat. I wouldn't be surprised if Toxicroak gets switched out into what is it? Pelipper. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happens. Which makes me think maybe I should Air Slash off the bat. Air Slash. I'm gonna Air Slash. No matter what, it's gonna kill because it's super effective. And then not Body Press. Ring Eruption. All right. See how this goes. Toxicroak is gonna be Pelipper. We called this right. We called it right. Okay. Smart. Called it right. Now if we can kill the Pelipper on the first shot, that'd be amazing. This Pelipper is gonna be a problem because he's an automatic rain setter, and then we can switch out. We could switch out the Torkoal and then just max Wildfire, which is okay. It's gonna be you know, weakened quite a bit, but it still is on the flames. All right, for the speed boost. Fingers crossed this kills. It didn't kill, probably because of Focus Sash. But we have a spread offensive attack with Torkoal, so hopefully he hits. Fingers crossed there. Life Doom. That's actually okay. Eruption full HP. This might still kill. Oh, it's so close. It is so close. It is so close. Alright. But that was a very, very good first attack. I'm fine with that. And now this is where we put in Gastrodon, right? Or do we ensure that we kill the, I want Pelipper gone. I want Pelipper gone in the worst way. And even though it's just Eruption, like, I want Pelipper gone for sure. That's fine. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt Pikachu. Pikachu is gone. Good, good, good. Pikachu is gone. Sludge Bomb. It's still gonna do some damage. Even poison is okay. That kind of stinks, but it's gonna be alright. I think. Yeah. The biggest thing is I'm trying to keep Torkoal alive to counteract this rain. It doesn't bother me that much. I needed that Pelipper gone because it's an automatic rain setter. And I'm waiting for the right counter. Depends what they put out. I want Pelipper dead. Once Pelipper is dead, we are probably going to steamroll through the rest of the stand. It's a late game. We're trying to build for the late game here. So hopefully Pelipper comes back out. Okay. Alright, Toxicroak is back out. And we can do another max airstream into him. And another heat wave. He's probably going to withdraw again, which is why I used airstream as opposed to wildfire. It's probably Lapras. If I had to guess, it's probably Lapras. He's setting up his late game for Lapras. But as long as we keep, as long as we keep Torkoal alive, Pelipper, yes, Pelipper's gonna be gone. Pelipper dying right here is a big deal. That's a big deal. Good. All right. Goodbye, Pelipper. We wanted that. That's a big deal. We're happy to see that. Now, as long as Torkoal doesn't die here, Life Dew, we're fine with that. We're fine with that. We're slowly chipping away. We are very slowly chipping away. And now I have a really powerful Air Slash to go into Toxicroak. It's gonna hurt a lot for sure. Alright. I need to consider pulling out Torkoal very soon. Alright. Charizard lasts through his G-Max. We're gonna use Air Slash now. And that should pick up the win on Toxicroak. And unless it Dynamaxes, and then we're going to switch out Torkoal now. This time we're switching Torkoal. Let's go Dusclops. And if we get Trick Room off, and then Charizard dies, that we're in a very good position. Right. Leftovers and Black Sludge. Okay. Toxicroak fake out. Okay, that's fine. Oh, crit. Ugh. Survive it. Good, we survived. Keep getting poisoned. Alright, that's fine. Like, Charizard has already done more than his part. Like, way more than his part. Yeah, Goodra, you can just keep, being Goodra over there. All we care about is that Charizard takes out Toxicroak on this turn. And then we Trick Room to set up the speed change after this turn, because he's going to go last. And Torkoal, Torkoal is going to survive. Or no, Dusclops is going to survive this turn. I don't see him dying on this turn. Like, Dusclops is the biggest thing right here. If Charizard picks up the KO on Toxicroak, that'd be amazing. But even if that doesn't happen, we're fine. If he gets the hit off, period, that'd be great. But Toxicroak might have a Sucker Punch. It does, not the end of the world. Not the end of the world at all. Charizard has done his part. Alright, Dynamax. The Dynamax Fusion. Dynamax Toxicroak, interesting. Very interesting. I wonder if it's going to do a Max Darkness, which we're still going to survive. Pretty sure. Air Slash. It missed. 95% and it missed. Alright. That's fine. It missed. They're all that it missed. That's a heartbreaking miss, but I think we're going to be okay. Special attack. Toxicroak is not a special attacker. Ice Beam. Okay. Trick Room. Trick Room goes up. That's a big deal. And now Gashadon can come back in. It's not over yet. These guys don't have leaf attacks, I'm pretty sure. Alright, Trick Room, Earth Power into Toxicroak. That's going to do a lot of damage. We're going to double tap Toxicroak just to be sure. But I think we pick up the KO on this turn on Toxicroak. Yeah, Trick Room going up was the biggest deal. Like, Charizard, he did his part. I would have loved to get the Air Slash off. We would be sure that this would kill, but I think these two things together right now are going to do it. Like, Goodra, you're just, you know, spitting up. You're just spitting up. You don't really scare me that much. Nightshade, some damage. Okay, Earth Power. Picks up the kill. Yeah, very good, very good. That was big. Ice Beam. Yeah, no, Goodra clearly is just, oh my god, how lucky are you getting with these rolls? How lucky are you going to get with these rolls? That's insane. Oh my god, 2 poisons and now a freeze? Well, unfortunately for you, it's just you now. I forgot, I thought you actually had one more Pokemon left in the back. It's over. It's over, baby. What I should have done was switched out Dusclops, that's what I should have done. But I have Ice Beam on Gastrodon, which is super effective. That's going to put a lot of damage. Ice Beam. Stone Freeze. What is this? What is this? Do you automatically get your secondary effect? Is that what's going on here? What is this? What is this? How are you doing this? How are you even doing this? How many rooms of Trick Room do I have left? Only 2. Shit. How are you doing this? Oh, jeez. Hopefully he targets into the Gastrodon, because this is probably his biggest threat. That's why I did this switch. Oh, God. Life Dew, okay. Yeah, I think single target Heat Wave is going to do a lot of damage still. How lucky can one guy get? Like that's insanity. And watch me miss this Heat Wave. Like that's in the cards. But the luck that this guy's been getting. I missed my Air Slash. 2 freezes, 2 poisons. Sludge Bomb, that's gonna kill this Warfare probably. Yeah. Oh my god, I need to thaw out. This is not fair. That is not fair. That sucks so much. Yeah, sometimes it's just not fair. That's just one of those times. Yeah, this is the game we play. It's the game we play, but that's woof. What are the odds on that? I gotta look into Goodra and see if it has like some sort of crazy ability that heightens its chances. But even at 2 times, it's even at 2 times. God, oh, thank God. It's not gonna do enough. Thank goodness. Okay. I deserve that crit. What a game! Like, oh my god, the luck on that game. Ugh. All right. Well, that's a hell of a way to end the stream. Ugh. What a way to end the stream. Well, yeah. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm gonna probably do some more later in the week, but for now we're all set. Thanks, and I'll see you later.